So you're rolling?
Yep.
Okay. So, how I usually start these, like this has been the new tradition, is in order, like this. I'm gonna introduce you to a little improvisation game.
Okay.
Where this serves the double purpose. It helps us warm up our vocal boxes and our funny bones and such.
Yep.
But it also helps me sync the audio afterward.
Okay.
At the same time.
Love it.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to say a word, and then you're going to say another word, and then we're just going to go back and forth until we have a complete sentence.
All right.
All right. I'll let you start.
When?
What was that?
When?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Okay, yeah, like your Discord was like, I saw your lips move, but then like the Discord audio, like I didn't hear what you said.
Okay. Here I'm. Okay, so I just want to check. All right, so I'm on Discord now. I have Discord at the top of my thing. Can you hear me? Okay now?
I hear you perfectly fine now. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Okay. First word. College.
Is.
Where?
The.
Last.
What was that?
Last.
So sorry. It's just like I can't.
What the fuck is going on? Okay, can you hear me now? Hello. This is me talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like cutting in and out, but I do hear you somewhat.
Well, that's not helpful. All right. Are there some Discord settings I need to? Let's see. Is that better now? No, I don't know. I can't see why it would be.
All right. It seems we're having some technical difficulties. In the meantime, let's turn this into a mini wizard roll review right now. I have my chicken parm sandwich here. I'm gonna take a bite in the mic. That's delicious. It's so weird that it was working fine, and now it's not.
Can you hear me at all, Chris?
Yeah, Drew, I see you there. I can't hear you anymore.
Okay. I don't know. I'll quit Discord and then come back.
Are you still recording? Nod your head if yes.
Yeah, recording this whole time.
What if we just try to have a conversation, but I can't hear you? That'd be funny.
Yeah, you can just assume.
I agree. There might be some like setting in Audacity that you might have flipped by accident, or in Discord, like that input, like that microphone, like that arrow down. You open it up and it's like a drop-down menu with all your input devices, output devices. Did you like flip anything wrong by accident?
Hey, Chris, I can see you.
There you are. I hear you now.
I can hear you.
It might be a bandwidth thing then. Like, what's your internet like right now?
I don't know what his internet is like. Probably not amazing.
Yeah, because I've had that in the past where if you try to like do several things at once with Discord, like it may, like having your camera on might cause more glitches to happen.
Okay, I turned off my camera.
Yeah, we turned mine off.
Can you hear me?
I hear you just fine, yes. I turned my camera off as well. Maybe that'll help.
Okay, do you want me to keep all this technical bullshit?
Yeah, keep it. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
All right, okay, great. That could be the whole thing, is just us trying to get it, and then, there's no time for the interview.
Yeah, that's the whole episode. All right.
The whole
all right, thanks, Drew, for coming out. Taking time out of your busy day. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Why don't you introduce yourself to the podcast here, Drew? You've got a podcast of your own that's quite entertaining.
Thanks, man.
And why don't you speak about that for your
sure
listeners here?
All right. Hello, all you. I don't want to swear. Yeah. Okay. My show. My name's Drew Frohmann, and I've created a show called Human Be Gone. It's a scripted audio fiction, nonsense, sci-fi comedy, set in the future. Hopefully not too near, but probably really near, where AI has gone self-aware, has completely taken over the world, and humanity has been relegated to basically scavenging pests. Humans are essentially like the raccoons the vermin of the world. And the robots have built a society, and they have two big problems. One is human infestation, very annoying. And then the other problem they have is that the self-awareness has made them as neurotic and selfish and emotionally screwed up as we are. So basically the show is like a reality show where every episode, this crew of emotionally unstable robots get a call from some rich algorithm going, hey, I got some humans in my ventilation shaft or whatever. Can you come get them? So it's like this reality show where these robots who are always fighting and drama and all that kind of stuff, while they grab these humans, which sound like little critters, like these weird little things.
Yeah, I've listened to your show. It's very enjoyable.
I
love, like, it gave me the exact vibe that you're going for, like reality TV style. Like, this is like an episode of Pawn Stars almost, or like an extermination show, like Call the Wild Man or some Animal Planet shit.
100%. It's a Billy the Exterminator sort of meets Jersey Shore meets
robots.
Yeah, exactly. Meets like Futurama or whatever you want. Yeah, exactly. Totally. So, yeah, it's really silly.
Yeah, so you've got like accolades and rewards and shit. Like, you're doing great for yourself over there.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
I just wanted to congratulate you for everything. I saw like on Instagram you were posting like you had been either nominated or you won some stuff recently.
Yeah, we won in New Jersey. Awesome. One for best comedy, I think, and best director. It's like, how awesome is that?
That's fucking sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then at the LA Web Fest,
you won best comedy for the episode that you posted with my show in it.
Yeah, exactly. They're like best artwork. Yeah.
Best artwork.
Exactly.
Yeah, best narrator. Wait, my show don't have a narrator?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then the LA Web Fest, which is coming up, we're nominated for a few things. So
that's wicked sick, man. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. So it's I gotta say, hey, whatever anyone wants to think about the writing, it sounds incredible. The folks I work with are just like,
it does.
Dude, they're just top. It's always knew that going in, that this thing was going to be ambitious sonically, and ton of work, but yeah, it sounds incredible.
There was that one part in the episode that you sent to me to feature on my feed where it was like, there was one part where they were in the quantum drive and then like it was the character saying two things at the same time, one through the left ear, one through the right ear.
Yeah.
And that tickled me a little bit. I thought that was really funny. That was cute.
That's great.
Where the guy is like, oh, I would have thought of that. And then the other ear is like, oh, that was a great idea.
Yeah, the quantum thing, that was it's such a great sonic gimmick, right? Yeah. And so it allowed us to do that in the quantum field hockey team. And it's actually really funny, the how to decouple a quantum state. I actually looked that up and that's apparently a actual theory. And then having it come through what's so crazy about the left and right channel thing is that your brain does sort of pick it up. Mm-hmm. It's messier, but you get the information, even though it's coming in a nonlinear way. It's really wild how far you can stretch the brain as far as legibility.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
You're doing some really ambitious stuff over there. I haven't had the chance to listen to the rest of the season yet. I know you're coming out with season 2 pretty soon-ish.
We'll see.
Looking forward to hearing that.
Working on it. I've made the stupid mistake of starting another show.
Uh-huh.
What? Yeah. So it's just a totally different animal. But that's going to come out. That's coming out in May. It's it's a murder mystery, Canadian themed. I'm Canadian, so it's a really Canadian themed murder mystery in small town Canada called Sorry About the Murder. And I think it's going to be really funny.
In true Canadian fashion, they're apologizing for murdering.
It's a small town. Everyone's super nice and polite, and there's a hockey game every night, but every day someone gets murdered. And it's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, that still sounds pretty nice.
It's a totally different creature than Human Be Gone. It's a really different exercise. Super, super fun, but yeah.
Yeah, you're stretching your talents to other things. That's great. You can't just rail yourself into one specific niche your whole career. That's you get burnt out that way. If it was just Human Be Gone only, you can't write anything else. You would hate it by season 2, 4, 3, any of those numbers.
Yeah, do you, I definitely got that by the end of all the production on season 1. I had to take a break, which is for sure this reaction. Do you get that? You get a burnout after like a big fat season or like several episodes where you're in multiple stages of production at once? Do you get burnt out?
I am in the unique situation where, yes, currently I am burnt out. That's why I'm doing these. That's why I like basically just scheduled like 5 of these over the course of like 6 days to do.
Great.
Just because like I didn't want to edit like a full ass half hour of fully produced with music in the background and sound effects. As editing a Wizard Hang takes about as long as it takes to listen back to this conversation for me. It's so much more it's easier, and it's like you could get a whole episode done in one sitting. So what of my show have you listened to? What was your experience with it?
I listened to, I think it was the first couple of episodes, and then let me look on the feed.
Because a couple months ago, I did pull my original first season off to basically announce that this remake was happening.
Yeah, give me a sec here. I think I started with one, and then I jumped around.
That's good. That's encouraged.
Yeah, you said that. You literally said that if I remember.
Yeah, and like every episode, I'm like, don't concern yourself with going back to catch up, because this episode is the best jumping on point. Then you jump in. It's like Quest to the Wizard's Basement Part 2. Just start here. Don't worry about.
Yeah, I think
about that first one.
Dude, your rooster's trending. I feel like.
Oh, the rooster's trending. That's one of my hits. It's one of my good ones.
Yeah. What the hell? Yeah, that one and did I do Dr. Lask? I feel like I did Quest to the Wizard's Basement at one point. You know, it's funny. Yeah, the way I'm listening. No. Here they are. Ah, shit, I don't remember. I remember there was one that had like a whole wrestling thing in it, and I'm like, yeah, that's my jam.
Yeah, that was
Which one was that?
I think it was Quest to the Wizard's Basement Part 1, where it's King Rodney and he gets his arm bitten off. Oh, my good arm!
Yeah.
It's Dwayne the Drunk Johnson coming straight out of Flying Bar to kick some ass. Dwayne the Croc Johnson, more like Dwayne the Cock Shitson. Like I said, I don't give 2 flying fucks who you are. I don't give 2 regular fucks either. I don't even give 2 bad fucks. Get your ass down to this fucking arm. Holy guacamole! King Rodney's has his good arm held in the death row. Oh, shit. Oh, goddamn, you bit off my good arm. Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. I love how exuberant. I love how he's just you go for it. There's so many. I find so many podcasts are delicate flowers. Which look, hey, that totally works.
Uh-huh.
But I like stuff that has more. You know, so many thrillers and slow burns and quiet voices and all that, which is great. But I do love like just people going brah. Like I love all the craziness too.
Fun fact: that one skit. In the script of the episode, I literally just wrote the premise of the skit. I did not write a single line for any of that.
Jeez.
I just called my friend Tim, who is the voice of Rodney, and I was like, hey, here's the idea for the skit. I want you to you're cutting a promo, and then Dwayne the Croc Johnson comes in and bites your arm off. And that's all I said to him, and he just took it and just went wild with it. And then I went in with the announcer voice. Oh my God, it's Dwayne the Croc Johnson.
Yeah.
with the Godzilla screech and the Vine Thud SFX at the same time for his cry. It was just a lot of like taking like the raw audio and then just like putting it to music and adding sounds to make it into a story that makes sense. Is such a fun project for me. Like that's always a good time when I'm doing that.
That's Skylar's got a similar you guys are have that great run and gun. There's a great looseness about this stuff that's just pure fun. Mm-hmm. And just you can kind of hear like, oh yeah, we're just going to make it crazier and crazier. Always take the crazier choice on everything. Like, and I'm jealous of that exuberance because I can overthink the crap out of stuff. I love crazy, but I can also, oh geez, I don't know. Is that the smartest way to do it? Blah, blah. And you guys have a gonzo attitude that is just so different and fresh in the audio fiction space, I think.
That means a lot coming from you, from an accolade award-winning show such as yourself. Like,
yeah, let me go back to that. The accolades. That's really interesting. It'll be really, because I don't know, has Skylar, I don't know, does he enter awards shows and stuff like that?
We did enter into the Webbies.
Right. For
best sound design, but we didn't get in, unfortunately.
I feel like you guys, it doesn't, I don't think award judges warm to the crazy gonzo vibe that you guys create. That's my own theory. That's my own conspiracy theory, that stuff that's really fucking crazy like that just doesn't, that kind of stuff isn't award winning, somehow. Mm-hmm. I think I'm not surprised that, you guys don't rack up awards. I think that's the other side of having so much fun with it, is that how humor is so often devalued as a thing. Well, it's just, he's just saying funny shit, or she's just saying funny stuff, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know if your experience has been this, that a lot of people who aren't in humor or aren't humorous themselves don't understand how smart one has to be funny.
Yeah.
Right? So it's sort of this it's like the court jester, right? Oh, he's just a court jester, but the court jester is the smartest dude in the room. Like that thing.
He's the one who is like able to mock the king openly and get away with it.
Exactly.
Anybody else comes in, he's getting his head chopped off on the spot.
It's like, when Monty Python came out with Life of Brian and the church, there's an amazing YouTube clip of John Cleese and I think Michael Palin debating some of the top, religious figures in Britain. And, this is back when it came out. It wasn't an institution then. They were pretty punk rock, at the time. And it was wild to watch how condescending these institutional figures are, thinking that these two guys are just clowns, and finding out through the course of the thing, oh, no, they're fiercely intelligent dudes. And it's really gratifying as someone. Anyways, that's a long way to say that I think what you guys are doing just isn't going to win awards. I just don't think it is. It's too fucking crazy. Like,
it's too good for the awards ceremony.
It's just not their vibe. It just isn't a vibe, yeah. I think. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's sort of...
I get exactly what you're trying to say.
Like the Ramones shouldn't be winning Oscars. Do you understand you know what I mean? That's the whole fucking point of the Ramones. And I feel like you guys fall in there. Well, no, I do. I feel like you guys' stuff has a punk rock kind of vibe to it, that it just isn't something that serious podcasters are going to sit there and go, Ah, yes.
Ah, yes, quite. Yeah. Armchair podcasters.
I think so. I don't know. I may be wrong. That's what I tell myself if I don't win something.
Yeah, so circling back to Omega Star and Skylar in general, like, that show has been, like, you may have known already. I've been involved with them quite extensively for, like, the past year or so. A little bit more than a year now. And it's just, I remember back in 2021, I was like ironing shirts or something. I was listening to the first episode of Outlander. I guess their second season is what they call it now. And I was just like, holy shit, this show is so much better than mine in almost every way. Like, that's what I was thinking to myself. I was like, I gotta learn. Like, I gotta step my game up.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, I can learn a lot from this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, like, I remember I reached out to him on Reddit, and I was like, dude, your show's great. And then from there, we just became fast friends. I had him on for an episode of Wizard Hang, him and James. It was the first time I talked to the two of them. And then from there, I got like a few minor roles here and there. Scott was like, hey, Chris, why don't you, we have a character named Zoots McKenzie that we think you'd be perfect for. He's basically just J. Jonah Jameson fucking screaming his lungs out, and we thought of you instantly. And so I basically Matthew McConaughey'd my way into the whole production just by doing that voice. It's like, you gotta get me that goddamn album stat. Just that, like, just doing that voice for them, and they just loved it so much. They were like, okay, we need Zoots in every fucking thing now.
Damn, that's really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I've been with them for a while.
No, I assumed you were just part of it from the beginning.
Not the beginning. They were around for a little bit before I got in there, but I didn't really get involved until season 4,
right?
AKA the Vestige arc. Where it was just anthologies following this one object through time and space.
Yeah, yeah.
Where I've, like helping them write that really, like, helped me put things into perspective and, like, okay, well, this is a lot more fun when there's other people in the room to bounce ideas off of. This is great. Like, I can sit here, I can be on a Discord call with my friends, and we can look at this script together. All right, guys, what does this need? And so now I have my own crew that helped me write season 1 redone. Ace, Wizard, and Dr. Phil. Not that one, but that's his internet handle is Dr. Phil for some reason. I never asked him about that. Maybe on a future episode of Wizard Hang, he'll expound that. But anyway.
So you have a writing crew?
Yeah. Having them help me write was just like, it was the only reason why I was able to finish writing that whole season as fast as I did. Was because I had help and I had people to talk to and just broke the monotony, just made it so much more enjoyable.
Yeah, I'm jealous of that. You have a crew. That's awesome. That's really great for the writing. I found the writing was pretty lonely work. I pester my wife. She's a writer too, but you can only do that for so long. You know what I mean? You got,
yeah.
That's just terrible. So, yeah, it was pretty lonely going. That's one thing for season 2. I have, well, actually one of the actors, who plays Hundo. She's so funny. Yeah. So that's my plan is to rope her in if she's into it, which it sounds like she is. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, you have no idea, like, how much it helps, especially like it's obviously still gonna stay your story. Like your plot is probably what's gonna end up being on the page. But just having someone there to suggest shit, even if you don't go for it, even if it's just like, oh, what if this character turns to the camera and he says, fart. Mm-hmm. Or just something stupid like that there's no way you're gonna go for. But just having someone to say that and just, like, get that bad idea out. And you can laugh about it and just like, okay, what if we don't do that? What if we do this instead? You just come up with something better on the spot.
Oh, yeah. Working with, like, 1, 2. I've never been in a full writer's room, but I've definitely worked a lot with just, like, one other person, a lot of times in pairs and sort of my other life in advertising. And yeah, it's phenomenal. When you got a good partner bouncing, finishing your sentences, just saying goofy shit.
Exactly.
And you're just,
I recommend it highly.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy the process so much more, and you'll have a better product in the end. Guaranteed. It's like, if you have the right people with you with the right, like, of a similar wavelength, I should say.
How's that working? Like, or is everyone doing it for free, or like, how are you roping these folks in?
We actually, I met Ace and Dr. Phil in a writers club I'm in the Story Lords Patreon Discord, which is a different podcast that we all are fans of. And so we met in there, and it's a writers club, so we're all writing funny stuff and sending it to each other. And every month we get together and read each other's stories, have a good laugh. And so I was like, hey guys, why don't you, like, here's a thought. Why don't you help me write my show as well? You guys are great writers. You guys are really funny. And it was just like, we became fast friends, and we just like, hey, like, this is something that we all enjoy doing together. So yeah, it is pro bono. Fortunately, I've managed to find people who enjoy doing this just for the sake of doing it.
Damn, that's awesome. Hey, if you don't mind me asking some nuts and bolts questions, how do you guys? So do you plot it together, or how do you work on a Google Doc, or?
We're on a Discord call, and I have a Google Doc open, and I share my screen, and then everybody else comes in. They have access to the document if they want. But for the most part, it's just me writing things out, and then the rest of them, like, giving ideas. Gotcha. And like, oh, what if this character says this?
Right. And you're typing it down.
Yeah, I'm typing it down mostly.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, very cool. Okay. I'm always fascinated to see how other folks do it, because everyone's so different.
Yeah. I'm just trying to replicate Skylar as much as I can.
Hey, man, that's great.
Is what I found is like when he decided to redo his season 1.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way I could do that for my show. Like, I have 16 episodes and all this stuff. And then, like, as we were going through, like, as I was helping him rewrite his season 1, we were having so much fun with it. And it just started, like, that idea of redoing mine just kept tingling. And it was like, oh, okay, this is what I got to do. I just got to do it. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Yeah.
I mean, fortunately, I was coming from the place where it was already written. I just had to revise it.
Mm-hmm.
That helped a lot, not starting from nothing.
Yeah.
I've never actually written something from scratch, like, with other people.
Oh.
That'll be interesting to try for season 4.
Interesting.
When I get to that eventually.
Yeah. I'm fascinated how people plot things out. I find the plotting is by far the hardest part.
Really?
Yeah. Well, for mine, because the nature of Human Begone is, like I was saying, that self-awareness. So for me, the theme of the show is insecurity. So because of that self-awareness, the robots are, emotional basket cases. So for me, the humor is how the robots bounce off each other emotionally. So how do they feel? So Hundo does this. How does Kit feel about that? How does Influx feel about that? So then what do they react? And then woven through, okay, we have a job we're doing. So I think I'm biting off more than I can chew there, but that's what I'm trying to do with every episode is, okay, I know there's a job. That's sort of the structure. They get a call from a client, and then they go on that job, and then drama ensues, and then hopefully hilarity ensues, but definitely emotional drama, So for me, who that client is, that client, whatever the nature of the job is, which of the characters does that emotionally put on, knock them completely off their rocker? Does it make Kit insane somehow emotionally? Does it make Kit jealous? Does it make Hundo feel like a loser? Does it make Influx feel stupid? Whatever they're insecure about. And then I build it from there. And for me, I want it to sort of the plot to tumble in a way that it sort of makes sense emotionally, so that when I get in with the actors, it makes sense for them. So they just have to worry about, being truthful to the character. For me, I'm trying to get the humor to come out of the emotional truth. So they're not trying to be funny. They're trying to be emotionally true. Right. And then the humor comes from that. Anyways, that's what I'm trying to do. And then there's all the Flintstones type jokes with the robot puns and all that kind of stuff. But
those are great.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. And those are just fun world building, but I'm trying to make it so that when Influx gets, annoyed, there's a real reason he's annoyed. I don't have to just force the actor to go, okay, act annoyed here. And they're not unsure. Anyways, I'm trying to sweat that as best I can so that it's got an emotional truth behind it. Anyways, I'm trying. And sometimes I fucking nail it. And then other times it's a mess. You do your best.
I mean, you don't earn yourself a New Jersey WebFest award by just doing nothing. Like you've got a process that works clearly. All you got to do is just iterate on it. If you want to replicate my style a little bit and get blacklisted from the community, that's fine.
Yeah. You don't win a New Jersey. Jesus, man, that's an awesome compliment, Bern. That was awesome. I'm using that. Hey, you don't win a New Jersey WebFest award by being a fucking idiot. Yeah, that's great. That's really funny. Oh my God. Fuck you.
And also with you.
Yeah. Oh, hilarious. I don't know. What else do you want to talk about? That was pretty fun. I love nerding out on the writing side. Can I rave about the music and sound design? You want to hear about that? I love talking about those guys.
You may.
Okay.
Please continue.
Watch this. So one of the things about the show, I knew going, okay, so you asked about how it's all configured. So my deal is what I pay the rent, I work as a voice director and audio director at a studio here in Toronto called Tattoo Sound and Music. So that's what I do to pay the rent. So it's like post audio on commercials and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So, I had to pitch this idea, this Human Begun idea to the owner, Steve, and say, hey, check this out. Cool idea. He's a sci-fi nerd and an absolute maniac as far as making shit. He just wants to make stuff. Mad scientist. He loved the idea, and we were like, yeah, but it's pretty ambitious. Okay, well, but it's a great sort of calling card and a great way for, it's some pretty fun stuff for everyone to chew on. So what do you think? And Steve's like, all right. So he's letting me sort of have the run of the place. Like I got a dedicated engineer when, in between paying jobs, right? Which is why it takes so long.
Right.
If paying stuff comes in, then, obviously, hey, Drew, shut the fuck up, until we're slow. Anyways, so I got a great engineer. He's really, really smart. And then a couple of other engineers have dropped on. And then I have a composer who I get to use who did all the reality show stuff, which is a lot. That's the thing I totally didn't really understand until we really got in there. It's like, oh, right. Reality shows have an insane library of music. Like it's massive.
Like all the violin shit and
I've got that, sound. That's it.
Oh, you did?
Oh, dude, it's
shit.
all over. Okay, yeah, it's in certain.
I gotta brush up then. I didn't realize.
Certain episodes, it's all over that.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, that's in there. It's called a water. What the hell's it called? Waterphone, I believe, is the actual instrument. Yeah, that's in there. Yeah, luckily the composer Oliver Wickham, he's a reality on top of being he's the next level talent. He's also a reality show junkie, like Vanderpump Rules and all that. So like he got it. So
he knows his shit.
He gets the nuances, and so it was actually And so writing this was actually Anyways, it sounds incredible. Like episode 2 ends up getting aspectile dysfunction because he gets insecure and then he can't transmorph, and then he can only transmorph into a tugboat, which sounds, listen how awesome that would sound, right? Like a fucking tugboat, being rolled around. Yeah. Anyways, it sounds incredible. And then the music, it's a massive help. Whenever Kit, gets sad about something, which is pretty much all the time, the sad music underneath it's just the best. Also, hey, you know what? I'll bring it back to the writing. It's really interesting. I was talking about how the characters, like emotionally, like I sweat the plot so that emotionally the characters make sense. What really forces that with this type of show is because when you start, as you must know this too, so you've got a scene, okay, I'm going to score it. What kind of music? Like it really makes you think of, okay, what the hell is this scene about? Like who's it about? What's the emotional state? What's the music got to do? And in a reality show, you really got to decide, is this moment about Kit being sad? Is it about Hundo thinking, she's an amazing hip hop artist? Or is it Influx with another one of his conspiracy theories? So anyways, the music really made me sharpen the writing.
Yeah.
Because it is all so emotional, Reality shows are just emotional. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. I feel like you have a composer, like a dedicated composer / sound designer. That must make things so much easier, but also so much harder at the same time for you as the figurehead of this whole operation. Because like I kind of just taught myself everything. Like back in 2020, when I first started out with my blue snowball ice and my like clunker of a computer that took 10 minutes to turn on, and it was just a learning process. Like, how do I make this as good as I can? Because I don't know anybody in this field. Like, I didn't even know what the word audio drama was until I met Skylar.
Yeah.
He's the one who taught me that word. And so I was just going into it. I was like, okay, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to teach myself what I need to. I'm going to voice all the characters, hopefully do a good job. And then like a couple years into it, I was like, hey, wait a minute. I'm actually really good at this now.
Yeah, you're more the norm. And it's, anytime I want to, I sit there with my little New Jersey Webfest award and lie in bed and
many hands make light work.
Dude, it's crazy. There's a lot of you folks out there who just made the whole fucking thing yourself. It's for me, it's unthinkable. It's an incredible accomplishment. So
Like, I've gotten to the point where I was like, it's equal. Like, I am amazed that you were able to just bring all of these other people together to make the show that you wanted.
Oh,
Like, if it were me, I would be I would be like the last, like, I would be the one editing. And I'd be like, all right, like, even if I had an editor, I would go through and change every fucking thing.
well, it's a great luxury I have. I understand that. I'm using up a solid 15 years of karma with Steve on this. You know, like, there's no way I wouldn't have written it if Steve hadn't have said, yeah, no, I'll put my weight behind this. There's no way. It's just too much. It's just too much stuff. Now to answer that last question, if you have the ability to do it, in my case, my main engineer, Adam, is really funny. And so he's invaluable as far as, even when we're recording, sometimes I'll just get lost in the weeds. We've done several takes and I'll be like, I don't fucking know. I don't know. Is this funny? And he's like, no. That was really funny. We can move on. That's helpful. He's also just really clever. So he'll find little moments that I didn't even think of. Right. And then Oliver, similar thing, because he understands what a reality show is. He just adds a little move here and there, which are like, oh, awesome. Great.
Yeah.
But that being said, I go through every kind of edit with a fine-tooth comb and then actually take the rough music. So the music, it's an interesting thing. I don't know if you work this way. You probably do. Like, you build up a bit of a library and then you can reuse tracks. Like a reality show, that's the deal, right? Like episode 1 was all new music cues. Episode 2 used a fair bit of that.
Reuse them, yeah.
Yeah. And then by episode 11, it was about 80%, 70 to 80% already stuff we've already written. It was our library just got bigger and bigger and bigger. So that started happening. But I go through our edit and then frame by frame, get the timing of the scenes, get the timing of how the music comes in and out. And then Oliver will help. He'll maybe add a little here and there just to kind of, and Adam will give it a sexy mix. So it's a lot of elements. Like, you need to be you need to really know your shit to be able to. I mean, when there's a riot by humans, plus, like, there's just so much shit going on sometimes in the show. It's just madness.
Yeah. A lot of tracks going on at the same time. Madness. You got to make sure everything's the right volume so you can hear everything coherently.
Yeah, all the voices are slightly out of phase or whatever the thing. They all have a sort of a robotic thing to it. On top of the music has got to be there. And then, there's a sound design of, it gets really complicated. And that's way past my pay grade. So yes, I'm super lucky. Super lucky. And if it was me doing it, the type of show, like that second show I'm talking about that's coming out, it's a much simpler beast for exactly that reason, so that it can be made.
Because it's you doing it?
It's more of me doing it. I'm still getting a little help from Adam and Oliver. But it's a way I can go to Steve and go, I was like, this is a lot simpler. And he's like, yeah, no, I like this idea better. As far as that, because Human Begun took like 84 billion more hours than either of us ever thought. But, he's insane. So he's like, let's fucking go. And so
you recycle tracks a lot, you said, right? So I've made it to the point in my show where not only do I recycle music a lot, I recycle sound effects all the fucking time. I'm at the point where like maybe 75% of the sound effects I use in my episodes have been used in a previous episode, or in many cases, multiple previous episodes. There's like stuff that I gravitate towards. Like I have this one falling down sound effect that I use all the time. This one whoosh transition from one scene to another. There's just so much stuff, like even compound stuff where it's multiple tracks, like a reloading and also a laser beam charging up at the same time. I'll just copy both, paste like in one project, open up another tab, paste it into the current project type of stuff. And that just streamlines things so much. Just being able to reuse sounds like, oh, wait a minute. I had a door opening sound effect in episode 6 that I can use for episode 7. right here. Just copy paste.
Oh yeah, I mean that's
all
just,
over the place.
That's just being smart. You're building a sonic universe too, right? Like you're building something sonically that your listeners they came to hang out with your world. So
yeah,
I think that only helps. Yeah, absolutely.
You're like the primary writer of all the scripts. So like I imagine like do you have any cutting room, like any gags that didn't make it in that you kind of wish you could have like slid in somewhere?
Oh shit, yeah. Oh, all the time, all the time. That's one of the things that, again, when I'm kind of obsessive about. I really like to get the plot right. So then, there's a gag that hangs over here. It's like shit, and I try not to fall into the thing. Not too hard, anyways. If I'll try to work the gag in, but if it feels like I'm twisting everything around and the characters aren't, if it's like
the joke must be in there.
Yeah, if it starts to feel like that, then it's like I try to
just write Kit out of the show to get this one joke in.
Yeah, there was something like that. There was something. I think it was something with Poo Poo, and it was like, oh, that would be hilarious. But then it fucks the whole thing up. So then, it would just change the entire show. It's like, well, is the joke?
Do you have anything like
good?
specific in mind?
I'm trying.
Do you have anything specific in mind?
As I'm yammering here,
I'm
trying to think of a specific. Shit, I can't. No, sorry, Chris. If something pops up, I'll bring it back. But nothing.
Yeah. Just
there's a few things that I plotted out season 2, and so some of the gags I couldn't fit into one are definitely in there. I've definitely got a few, like a flashback episode. There's actually, there's a flashback episode, or it's Gordon Random Access Memory. And so it's totally a Gordon Ramsay guy coming in and just fucking yelling at them. And we find
Gordon Random Access Memory is brilliant.
Yeah.
I had Kier come on for a Gordon Ramsay knockoff as well. I named him Morgan Pamsey.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
not
amazing.
Very clever with it at all, and then he just comes in like,
you call this a bloody bumbleberry pie? Bruv, this tastes like dingleberries from Orc J. Simpson's arsehole, you fucking donkey.
Semper Pamsey. Hi, I'm sorry. I'm allergic to the bumbleberries, so I use the dingleberries instead.
You bumbling buffoon. You put actual dingleberries in this pie? Get the fuck out of my kitchen!
Oh, Mamma Mia, Papa Pia, I'm a ruin. I'm a ruin.
Hey, guy, watch out for the man-eating fish monsters.
what were you saying?
I was going to ask you, like, now if you have do you write when you're writing? Do you kind of write with a certain actor in mind? Like, is it changing how you're writing?
Yeah, you could say that. Because I know, like, when I was working on the season 1 remake, like, right when I first allowed other people in the writer's room with me, was the point where it's like, okay, well, I have this character named Gregork, and he's just, like, a nerd, and he's, like, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, who do I know who would fit this character? And I just went up to Ace. I was like, hey, would you want to voice this character? And he's like, oh, that sounds hilarious. And then I brought him in the writer's room, and then I just had him write the lines.
Great. Nice.
So it's like all the shit where he's like, there's so many jokes that he came up with that didn't make it, but there's so many in there already that are just like, it just turned this character who was kind of meh back in the original run into something completely, like, Ace made this character his own, and it shows. Like,
yeah, that's like, cool, man.
The voice he came up with for it alone was hilarious. He's like, hi, I'm Gregor.
Yeah, I wrote the pilot, several times, actually. Yeah, I'm still unhappy with it, but you do your best. I wrote the pilot. We made the pilot so everyone could go, okay, what is this? Is this worth do we go? And then we're like, okay, let's do the rest of the season. So now I had the actors cast, and I fell in love with our mains. They're fucking amazing. Like, really, really funny.
Yeah.
If you need some really funny actors, just talk to me. I don't understand why other people haven't reached out to these actors, because they're really good. Anyways.
If you need a funny actor, you have me. Like, I'm here for it.
Hey, man, I'm down.
Man, I want to be part of your New Jersey Webfest award-winning show. Like, fuck, I want to be an actor in that.
Great. Well, I can connect you to these folks. I don't know what they'd be into and all that, but I can tell you they're really fucking good. They're really good. Anyways, had them. Now I wrote episodes 2 to 11 with them in mind. And, as you know, you're rolling, right? You're sort of, the whole thing wasn't written as we were getting into 2 and 3. So what I got to do, which was amazing, is I got to write to their strengths and their, and then I got to imagine them. And as it turns out, Paul, the actor who plays Kit, he's just so goddamn funny. And he's a funny crier when there's nothing I find funnier than somebody crying. So I constantly made him, and I've had people go, all he does is cry. And I'm like, yeah, that's the funniest thing in the world to me. So I don't know what to tell you. So that Paul is crying, like by episode 11, I think he just cries. And even when he's happy, he's crying as he's happy. I just adore him. I was just trying to keep, giving them all stuff that made them, that suited their strength. It was super fun. Like, a dude who plays Influx, Ian, he's got a really specific sort of way of speaking. And I'm really particular with that. And I was just always trying to feed him the things that would make his lines pop. He's so good at
when you have when you have an actor in mind, writing the lines, like it definitely changed my approach for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I love that.
Like, there was a big thing. Like, I was doing a table we would read with her the other day.
Yep.
Where like Chris Stahl, like one of her character, like one of the things, like one of her traits, I guess, is that instead of au natural, she would pronounce it au natural. And it just like, I had to remind Chrissy about that. And I just wrote it in the script, the word ow instead, OW.
That's great.
Just as a reminder. Like, that's just the one little thing that sticks out to me, but there's plenty of that.
Yeah, I love that.
They have molded the characters into something different. And for the most part, all those changes have been overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah, different voices, man. They just, from the first syllable, they just give a different energy and a different rhythm.
Exactly.
All of us speak with a different cadence.
Different energy.
We speak in different rhythms, and that's, and the textures. I was trying real hard when I was casting the crew, the characters, I wanted to make sure they were of different ages too,
that really comes across in the final.
Yeah, like Influx is a boomer, you know what I mean? And
he's an older fella.
Yeah, right. Like, that's super. So, and if I had the luxury of knowing folks we can find folks at that age. He was really tough to cast. But when we found him, actually, it's one of my favorite stories. So we did a casting. We did a proper casting. I went on all these Facebook groups and blah, 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 blah. And I just grab these things. Yeah. You do the thing. You try to, through the pandemic, not fun, but, it's a story I love to tell. So Influx is really hard. It's really tricky. We had a lot of, guys and gals in their 50s. Guys worked better. It just did, but nobody was getting it somehow. And then Ian starts.
Renfor has all the dumb machines fooled into thinking there's some harmless, quirky genius. I know better. They're just another hyper-rich, hyper-greedy member of the Algorithminati that corrupts everything they take over. Ever since they bought EPSICO beverages, my Energex tastes different.
And he just sounds like such an asshole, like in all the best ways. And in a few sentences, there was a guy I was working with, Dave Stinson. He would help me huge on the pilot. He was such a huge help. I texted him just like in a sentence in, and I texted, holy shit. And
he's in.
Well, and then as he's doing the scene, I'm like, please don't be an asshole in real life, like, cause I don't want to work with an asshole, right? Cause he sounds like such a cause I wrote Influx to basically be in a lot of ways an asshole. And in other ways, he's a good guy, but outwardly, he's just so selfish. And thank God at the end of the scene, and then we're chatting with him, and he's a super nice dude. He's just channeling, like he used to be
he's just a good actor.
He used to be a cop dispatcher, right? So he just like took the worst parts of, it's awesome. Yeah. And I was like, oh, thank God.
How very fortunate of you to have found like just the when the gates to the pearly heaven part and the perfect actor is just released upon you.
Oh, it's just the best feeling, man. Because then when you're,
It's awesome.
yeah, when you're, when you're like, oh, nobody's quite right, and it's not quite working, and it's because of me, the writing. You're an asshole. You're a loser. You should just stop, And then, yeah, the heavens part, like you said, and you're like, like you don't know. You never know, right? Like,
Yeah.
then you're like, did you just write a bad character? If actors aren't getting it, then did you just write a stupid? I mean, again, it's a great luxury to have that we did that. And paying these actors, and it was it ended up being a lot of money, which is part of season 2. I got to, I'm going to have to do a crowdfunding thing to pay for it. So a lot of things are up in the air as far as that. Cause it's a beast to produce. It's just a beast.
I can imagine.
So
you've
fun.
got a fully produced thing there.
Yeah. Yeah. We set the bar like super high on purpose. But now it's like,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
It'll just make it all the more impressive when you top it utterly.
Yeah, I hope you're right. I hope you're right about that. The plot's pretty funny. Like, I'm really happy with the plot. And then if Kat can come in and then we can just make it funnier from there, that would be awesome. Yeah, but what a blast to produce. Yeah. Yeah, man, this is all indie stuff, right? We're indie creators. It's, differing. I mean, you're the fucking real deal. Like, you're the real thing. That's some pure art you're making, as as silly as it is. It's punk rock. It's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
This whole project, like, it was written with that in mind, that if Steve doesn't say yes, I'm not going to be able to make this, or I'm going to decide, do I take 2 years off of my life to make this and learn all the rigs, which I'm just not. I'm not that guy. I'm not. I'm a writer at the core, and I'm not a technical guy. I'm just not. So I would then come up with a different idea that is kind of like Death by Dying, which is very much a writer thing at the core. And then the production, as sexy as it is, it's not insane, right? It's really smart as far as all that goes.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So it wouldn't exist unless I had Steve's.
You have the right people with you. Exactly.
Yeah. Not even with me, just approving and allowing me to use up. Yeah, just if I can, take advantage of Steve's good nature.
It's, like apes together strong. You know what they say.
That's great. Yes.
That should be like, I can't wait for Human Be Gone Season 3, where like a giant EMP blast just destroys all the robots, but also like monkeys become intelligent and humans are still the nuisance.
Yep. You're absolutely understanding the point of the thing. Humans are the problem. That's the point.
Exactly.
Yes.
The sooner we can all get migrated to Garbage Island, the better.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You might be getting a gift after this. You might get some land from Garbage Island. What do you think of that?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Though all the waterfront property has been claimed. But there's still some good tracts of land available. So,
oh shit! I got this like palace made out of like Pop-Tart boxes and shit. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to move in.
It's a very good investment. It'll really be important investment for you.
Yeah, the land is only getting bigger too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Soon there's gonna be more plastic than fish in the ocean. God bless.
Yeah, it'll be a great place to live.
All right. So it's been about an hour now. I feel like we can end off here.
Thanks,
Do
man.
you have any like last minute like plugs or just like jokes or japes or anything you want to end the show on?
Jeez. I got a plug. Sure. Let me plug this new show if you don't mind, if that's okay.
Of course.
It's a different creature, so who knows if the fans of your show will find it. But here it is. The new show we created is coming out on May 17th. It's a Canadian themed murder mystery comedy called Sorry About the Murder. You can listen to the trailer. The feed is out, so you can find it. You can find it on any of the podcast apps. Listen to the trailer. It's a murder mystery set in a small town called Beavermount, Ontario. Very nice little town. Everyone's nice and polite, but every day somebody gets brutally murdered. And there's one Francophone in town. He's the Zamboni driver, Frenchie, and he immediately gets arrested because he's French. And so he has to solve the crime during the day. You know, he has to solve the crime to clear his name. And also
drive the Zamboni and clear the ice by night.
Exactly, because there's a hockey game every night, which is, yes, that's exactly it. So every season is basically one day in this nice little Canadian town of Beavermount, Ontario. So there you go. There's my plug.
I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Yeah, go listen to the trailer. I think you'll really dig it. I think you'll dig it.
If you want, I can put the trailer in the episode here.
Hell, man. Yeah, that's great.
Send that over to me.
Okay.
I can toss that in right here, right now.
In the nice little Canadian town of Beavermount, Ontario, one day is pretty much like the next. In the shade of her 99-year-old maple tree, Miss Wagstaff tends to her award-winning trilliums, waving to any passers-by. Down at the donut shop, last night's hockey game at Rogers Shaftesbury Municipal Arena is debated and dissected in comprehensive detail. And every single day, in the nice little Canadian town of Beavermount, Ontario, someone gets brutally murdered. Tattoo Productions presents Sorry About the Murder, a very Canadian murder mystery.
Anybody in there?
Coming soon, wherever you get your podcasts.
Wow, what a wonderful trailer that was.
Thanks, Chris.
I can't wait to listen to more of this coming soon to an RSS feed near you.
Oh, you can go subscribe now, Chris.
Oh, why? Yes, let me do that right now.
That's great. Simply type "sorry about the murder" into your favorite podcast app.
All right, wonderful. I'm going to do that right now. Everyone stop listening to Wizard Scroll. Go listen to that instead.
Yeah, fuck Wizard Scroll. Go listen to that other thing.